Welcome back, kindergartners, to Art with Mrs. Samala. The artist that we're going to talk about today is the artist Henri Matisse, who is very interested in shape and other things, but today we will focus on his shape. Let me tell you a little bit more about him before we get started, though. When Henri Matisse was a young man, he decided to be a painter. And when he painted, he loved color. He thought painting should feel relaxing and easy, kind of like sitting in a big, comfortable chair. And so when he made his paintings, he used bright, beautiful colors that were not realistic, they were all imaginary, and he wanted you to really enjoy his artwork and feel comfortable looking at his artwork. So both of these pictures, I think, or these paintings really show some of the interesting ways that he uses his colors in his painting. Well, what happened was, as he got older, he became ill, and when he didn't ever really fully recover enough to actually paint. So he was in between his bed and a wheelchair for the later parts of his life. And instead of giving up on art, he decided to change what to do. He used to love painting, and he said, I have to do something. And he came up with this way of what he called was drawing with scissors. I want you to take a look at how huge his scissors are. I have never cut with scissors so huge in my life. They are called shears, not even scissors, because they're so huge. So here he's in his wheelchair, and here he is in bed, and in both places he's using his shears to cut out paper. What would happen was his art assistant would bring him huge sheets of colored paper that they were required to paint in all different colors. And when they were dry, they would bring him over to Matisse and he would draw with his scissors. This is the painting that I want to share with you. It's actually called a collage. So the art assistants would paint these gigantic pieces of paper. And then Matisse, when they would drag him to Henri Matisse, he would cut them out. And then afterwards, Henri would say, okay, put the green block here, put the blue block here. And he would tell his assistants where to put them. And then they would glue them down. Taking paper and gluing it to something is called collage. It's a French word, just like Matisse. Can you say collage? Because that's a French word. That's cool. There's a lot of French words in art, a lot of different languages in art, actually. So collage means to glue. Guess what? This is the actual piece, and it's huge in real life. This is a very tall man looking at it, and you can see it. It's behind a frame. So this is called the snail. For real? The snail? Why is it called the snail? Snails aren't that colorful, and they don't look like that. Well, I will show you in the next couple of slides. Before that, I want to show you just how huge some of his collages are. So he was a painter when he was younger. And like I said, after he got ill, he started to do collage. This is huge. This is Mrs. Samala in Washington, D.C. at one of the wonderful art galleries. So you can see how huge these paintings are. These collages are. That's the whole thing, and it fills up the whole wall of that room. So that would not fit in our art room. It's gigantic. He spent a lot of time making his collages. So what I want you to explore today, because you are going to make a collage with me, we're going to explore the ideas of geometric shapes versus organic shapes. Geometric shapes are shapes with rules. If you're a circle, you cannot have any corners. If you are a square, you have to have equal sides. If you're a rectangle, you can only be three-sided. So geometric shapes all have rules, and they have names. I'm wondering if you can name all the geometric shapes in that picture. Then we have organic shapes. Well, these look like blobs, and they kind of are. Geometric shapes are these blobby ones over here. They're shapes from nature. Leaves are a geometric shape. Fishes are shaped, that's organic. Leaves are organic shapes, and fishes are organic shapes. Trees are kind of organic shapes. Unless you draw them like a triangle, then it's a geometric shaped tree. So organic shapes usually are from nature, and they usually are soft and flowy and have curves. And they're really hard to cut out. but they're great scissor practice, which is what we need. So to end, I just want to show you the snail for the last time. There are two hidden snail shapes in this artwork. One of them is really, really, really hard to see, and another one is a little bit hard to see, but I will show you them in the next slide. I'm just wondering, you could pause right now if you wanted to, and you could take a look and see if you could find where the hidden snail shapes are. And if you can't, that's okay. I'll show you it on the next slide. So snails shells have spirals on them. And so what Matisse did is he took these big blocks of colorful shapes and he wanted his assistant to arrange them in a spiral. At first, I did not see the spiral because of how he arranged it. But as I've gotten better and older and practiced some more, now I understand where the snail spiral comes from. The other hidden snail is right up here. This is the head and this is the back. And I think Henri Matisse had kind of a funny sense of humor to hide a little bump of a snail over here in his big snail painting. I hope you enjoyed looking at the snail and thinking about geometric and organic shapes. Please watch the demonstration video if you are a distance learner and do the activity with me. And if you're a hybrid learner, I want you to come to class and let's do the activity together in class. Thanks for watching, kindergarten friends. Bye.